do do da da do do da da do do da da do do da da do do da da. They'll get your life back to normal. Lonnie with Restore It, Restoration.
Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of the Service Guys Podcast with Lonnie and Ruel. So the Service Guys Podcast is brought to you by Restored Restoration and Abadam Studios. How's that?
Perfect.
All right. And I'm Ruel Abadam, and the guy that just said perfect is our perfect service professional, Lonnie Beecham. What's up, Lonnie?
Not much. How you doing? Sounds like you're walking or in a wind tunnel.
Yeah, I'm out and about. This is a rare day for me during the summer where I get to the office, and so as we record, you know, I'm taking advantage of the sunny day and hiking up a hill. I miss doing it, so that's what you hear.
Gotcha.
Any wind tunnels near you?
I'm sitting in front of a fan because it's 95 degrees in my shop.
95 in the shop. Doing another mold experiment, are we?
No, it's just where I'm at. There's no AC, so it's just hot and humid.
For the 4th of July weekend, we went sort of camping. We went to a campground, but we stayed in a cabin, and it was a nice, warm, long weekend. It was where we stayed was a cabin that was kind of new, one of the newer ones in the campground, and I was working the sink because there's a small kitchen in the thing, and I was poking around cabinets looking for, you know, what type of kitchen pots and pans and whatnot they might have available for us to use, and noticed after I ran the sink that there was water below the sink. I'm like, oh, look at that. I know how to fix that. It was just a loose, what do you call it, P-trap?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all it was. Just wiped it up and went on my day, and I thought about you. I thought about the podcast.
Yeah. You learned something.
I did learn something. And hopefully others do too.
So you walking around dodging all the homeless people in San Francisco?
Yes, the homeless and the tourists.
How real is the homeless situation that I hear about on the news? Is it as bad as the news makes it sound, or is it more tolerable?
I'm sure it's not ideal. I'm sure that it sucks. I don't watch the news to know how the news is reporting it, but certain spots in the city, like in the financial district where I'm at, you know, you'll bump into quite a few on your way to wherever you need to go.
Well, the news shows them with like tent cities and like all up and down the sidewalk and parking lots, and just kind of shows them everywhere.
You know, there are spots on my route, on my train ride home, and it's not in San Francisco, but it is in the Bay Area, where, you've got those tent setups, you know, little communities of tents of folks. Even further down in the Bay Area, when you're just driving in some spots, you could see where where folks have set up tents and makeshift shelters along, you know, like creeks or whatever, where it's basically they're between the freeway and the creek, a dried creek, then the patch of land where they set up, and then which is sometimes also a service road, and then there's I guess like a sound barrier, right? So you can see them on the freeway, but if you're in the housing community, you won't see them. You may hear them, but you know, it is what it is. It isn't good to see, to a degree. But I tell you what, I do feel for folks, everybody needs a place to stay, one form, shape, or another. And,
right.
If folks are freaking out, figuring this out, like, more power to them, and yeah. So there are definitely spots where you can see that sort of stuff, and then you kind of move along with the rest of your day. It isn't like everywhere you turn kind of situation, but it does exist.
Gotcha. Well, on the news, it just makes it seem like thousands and thousands of them.
Yeah, there are some parts of my when I used to do long runs around my side of the bay. There's a certain section around a town called Concord and Walnut Creek where my trail will go through sections of where some of that stuff is set up. Not as bad as I've seen in other spots, but it gets me having to be mindful of who's around me when I'm out by myself. Oh, this is good. So good.
Just taking a hike?
Yeah, just taking a hike.
Well, I am actually at a point where I'm just like, kind of like, I've had 8 months of just day in, day out, just nonstop, care for my sick mother. And she is now under my brother's care, and I'm literally watching. There's an app at the Siteman Center that every time she checks in, bing. Every time she checks out, bing. I'm just like kind of watching her go through the system. And yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Well, that's good. It's good that and it's a long journey, and your mom's just in another portion of that journey, as well as
right.
You and the rest of the family. I know a lot of the backstory from private conversations, but I'm glad that your brother's there to sort of do something and allow you to be in the current position where you're at, just looking at an app,
Yeah, he's had 8 months of just calling her at his leisure.
Yeah. I wasn't sure if you wanted to bring that up, but I suppose we've already brought it up in the past, so whatever.
Yeah, but he has, that's why he has the older brother to take care of it, since I'm boots on the ground. Yeah. So, well, he's for the next week, Mom and my brother are living in a hotel room, going back and forth 1 to 2 times a day, doing just going back and forth, getting shots, and spending 4 days getting lots of shots to make white blood cells in her body. And then they start Tuesday pulling all her stem cells out. And then anytime from Tuesday evening to Saturday morning, she'll become a inpatient for the next, 6 weeks or so, plus or minus. If all goes well, she can be done in 4 weeks, and it's not uncommon to go for a full 2 months. So sometime in late August or late September, I'll bring Mom home. Until then, I'll be going back and forth a lot on the weekends. And if I happen to, be in St. Louis, which I do on an occasion, not too often, but, obviously I'll be stopping in to see Mom, but she's going to be in a special, I won't be able to see her for the first week.
So St. Louis versus, I thought there was a talk about Austin or something, or some.
No. Well, MD Anderson is the big cancer place.
Did I lose you?
No, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah. It was nice. It was a nice and clean cutoff after you say it was a big cancer place. Then complete silence. I'm like, wow. So what's the drive like from there to San Luis from where you're at?
About 2.5 hours. With traffic, it can be 3 hours.
Okay, so it's a half-day trip round.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, for folks who are just joining the podcast and wondering what all this cancer chat is about, you want to catch the previous episodes to know a lot of the detail. Basically, Lonnie's mom is going through her own journey of and battle with cancer with a rare form of leukemia. And so Lonnie's update is now she's at the point where she's gone through past chemos, and now she's going through the preparation for stem cell. Is that right? Stem cell treatment?
Yep, transplant.
Transplant.
So they're going to pull out all her stem cells and then give her like the most nuclear level dose of chemo for 6 days, wipe her out of, everything, put her on the brink of death, and then pump the stem cells back in. So, and then I don't know why it takes so long. Maybe they just keep them there for recovery. It seems like there's not much happening after like the week of chemo. And then I don't know when exactly they start pumping her back up with her own stem cells, but I don't know. Haven't got that far yet.
Okay. Whew.
We got to make it. We just got to make it through this next week, or next 2 weeks are going to be the hardest.
Yeah. What else you want to talk about? I know that's the biggest thing going on, and don't want to be rude and cut off, but I know sometimes we want to kind of switch gears to
well,
for the sake of the podcast.
I'm actually at the point in this whole endeavor that it's kind of a relief to not be so hands-on day in and day out. I mean, I'm Monday at 2:00, I'm closing the sale of her house. And, after that, we're, I'm pretty much down to just paying just for monthly utilities and rent and and groceries, not having to run her to doctor's appointments every, once a week or at least, if not 2 or 3 times a week.
Yeah.
So
I can understand that.
Other than that, no, it's just business as usual. Just knocked out a quick, easy mold job this week. That went well, got paid, did some glass blasting on some cement block walls for mold, and then sprayed it out and did my mold treatment and got paid. So that was fun.
Sounds good.
Looking at going to our Army base. That's about an hour and a half from where I'm at. Maybe doing a back guano cleanup job there. Got a couple of water jobs, kind of waiting for people to pull the trigger with the insurance company to bring me in. So no, it's just kind of business as usual. Holding pattern I'm just sitting in a holding pattern right now. I had today blocked off because I was supposed to be, me and my wife and daughters were supposed to be taking my mom to St. Louis today, but things changed, and they had to. My brother came in last night and had to take her to St. Louis to check into the hotel last night. So yeah, all of a sudden it's like, well, I had stuff to do, but I always have something to do. Even if I take a day off, there's always something to do.
Right. So look out, mold. Lonnie's back in business, or he's active and he's out. He's gonna get you.
Yep, I'm ready.
Well, I hope I'm gonna kind of back up a little bit. I hope at this point your brother, being with your mom, is gonna be absorbing a lot of the reality of your mom's situation and not just relying on that sort of. Mom says she's doing fine.
Right, right.
Jeez Louise.
Oh, he's gonna have 24/7 with her for a week. So he'll get to see how she's really doing. So,
but it makes like my mom, right? I know for a fact that, and I've seen it with other parents and relationships with their kids, their grown kids. It's the parent will treat each child differently. So, she may just give a different variation of who she is to your brother versus, what you get,
Yeah, well, she can't hide it from me. And she knows I know way too much about her situation all the way around. So, and she has said that she doesn't want to tell him everything because he is so far away and she doesn't want to worry him. And, so she keeps it light and fluffy with him. So anyway,
so I backed up and then we just kept on backing up. Sorry.
Oh, no problem. That's what that backup beeper thing's for. Just let everybody know we're backing up. I hate those things. The service guys that have them on there, it's like, oh, I would eliminate that immediately. That would be the first thing I would take off that vehicle.
Yeah, when you don't want to draw attention to yourself, you don't need a beeper when you hit reverse.
Right. It's just annoying. I get it. I guess there's some safety involved.
Yeah, my grandfather just had an old Toyota pickup truck, and he had the chirping bird for some reason on his reverse. Like, really? Does the world need to know that your Toyota pickup truck is going to be backing up?
Yeah, I'm sure somebody got ran over one day, so that, it's not a requirement, but I know a lot of service guys have them on their vehicles. So
yeah, there are guys in heaven, there are guys and gals in heaven saying, damn, if they only had the chirping bird, I wouldn't be dead right now.
Right. So what's up? I just kind of updated you and everybody on kind of what's transpiring today. What's up with you? Have you seen any mold or water damage or animal cleanup in the news or anything you want to talk about?
No, I haven't. I wish I had. It's just the standard, go away for a long weekend. Remember what Lonnie's tips were around, things like, if you're going to shut off your water main, don't forget to set your water heater vacation mode, just in case. And keeping the fan running and that kind of stuff. Trying to think, a lot's going on. A lot is going on, with kids in the summer and me being basically daddy day camp, summer camp, most of the time. The family spend that 4th of July weekend. Oh, the daddy day camp?
Mm-hmm. I know, but tell the audience.
It's different week to week. So basically, audience, it's just way too expensive to get the kids in full-time summer camp to free up, my wife and I's time to be full-time at a job site or an office. So fortunately I've got a company and a boss who can give me the flexibility during the summer to try and balance things out. And the way it's balancing out is basically I'm working from home most of the time. Today's a rare day in the week where I get to go into the office because I gotta my wife has to try and find spots in her week where she can at least come and work from home once a week. She's not in the most flexible situations, even though she works for a big produce company.
Produce?
Yeah.
So she's oh.
It's a produce computer company.
Okay.
It's a fruit.
As I was talking, I was like, oh. I was like, wait, when did she switch jobs?
So, yeah, it's a prominent fruit computer company, and as big as they are, you think that, well, I think that they'd be ahead of the curve as far as work lifestyle. That's a cable car shooting down the hill here. Anyways, yeah, so, she doesn't have as much flexibility. I fortunately have the flexibility. I'm with the kids for the summer, and we're all just trying to figure out how to exist day to day during this break, which
well, and every parent knows summer breaks, every kid. Well, it seems like about 4th or 5th grade, they start realizing that summers can be long and boring. And when your kids get old enough that they're home by themselves for a portion of the day and stuff, then they're just like, I'm bored, Dad. You know, we walk in as a family, we walk in at 5 to 6 o'clock, and you know, the days, my daughters are 15 and 13, so they're home quite a bit during the day by themselves, and or they're going to the pool again, and they're tired of going to the pool again, and you can only ride bikes so many times, you know what I mean? When it's 95 degrees and just hot, humid, they're not out in the heat of the day unless they're at the pool, and then we walk in, they're like, we're bored, let's go to Target, let's go here, let's go out to eat, let's go. We're like, whoa, we're tired. Stop.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, your kids aren't quite that old yet, but
not yet. So, what makes it challenging is I do have to do my job with a bunch of kids, and I can't be that parent that just has these little kids, just glued to an iPad or something, right? And my wife and I have to be thoughtful about how they're spending their days during the summer, even though they're at home. So basically, it's there are weeks where there are certain days in the week where we've signed up the kids to spend time learning on the computer, right? And it's only like a half hour, like a creative writing class. So they get on a Zoom conference with a small group, and the instructor guides them through that activity, and it's kind of cool. And then our youngest, she's 5, she has her own deal. It has to do with reading. So it's a cute situation where the online instructor is basically showing them like flashcard type deals and short sentences with easy words and sort of pointing them through the sentence structure and having them do their best to read through. So, there's some of that. And then in between, it's okay, what do you do with yourself while you're in the house and you're not on a computer in a learning situation? Then now it's like, okay, let's go earn, our generic term free time, right? Where you can have your own block of time and do whatever you want. And usually whatever they want to do is, at least for the boys, is play on an iPad or something. Well, you got to earn it. So, we have a list of chores that the guys get to do, and so it's teaching them life skills, facilitating that. Why don't you help with the laundry? Load the laundry. Why don't you load the dryer? Why don't you pull them out of the dryer? Why don't you fold that, separate the laundry and sort it out and fold it up and put it away?
Teach them life skills.
Yeah,
is what you call it, but in reality, it's child labor. I'm going to report you.
And the other things are, okay, why don't you unload the dishwasher, just sort of like the kid-safe stuff, and put it away where you can reach. Water mom's plants in the backyard. Vacuum the carpet and all that stuff. Put the garbage out, pull the garbage cans in. Yeah, child labor, pretty much.
Yep. I'm all for it.
And then they earn their time, and they're having to learn that if they do a really good job at not making the place a mess, then having to do these things is less frequent or less intense.
Right. A little every day is not as big a deal as waiting until takes you hours.
Yeah. And it feels good, getting the house clean in the middle of a work day, and my wife gets picked up and she's brought home and she gets to come home to a house that's sorted out, and there's nothing like that feeling of, and this is your business, right? Where the carpets have been cleaned, they've been vacuumed, and you walk into that space and it's like, there's something good about, something feels good about that situation. It's like walking into a hotel room and the housekeepers had done their job and you're like, nice and organized and cleaned out.
Yeah. So, are you one of, speaking of hotels, are you one of those that likes the maids to come in every day, or do you leave if you're there for 3 or 4 days, do you let them come in every day and straighten you back out, or do you just leave a do not disturb on the door and live in your filth?
No, it's the do not disturb is on, and we don't have them come every day. We have them come, I don't know, maybe every other day. I mean, if it's a long weekend, or a week or something like that, 5 days, but it's not every day. I mean, part of it's because there isn't a need. It's unnecessary. If there's a ton of garbage, then, maybe on those days and we're out of the hotel room, that would be a good day for them to come in, replenish like the toilet paper and take out the garbage. And then some days we'll just like leave the garbage out in the hallway and let them know, like, we got garbage, and they take care of it. But, I don't want too many people in the hotel room when we've got personal stuff there, whether it's the kids' devices or a work computer or something. Just want to minimize that exposure. So even though we've got a do not disturb, I'm always thinking like a criminal, like I'll still break in and I'm going to go through stuff. So even though it's do not disturb, I'm tucking away stuff really hard and difficult. I'll shove like computers in the luggage and I'll seal it up and I'll bury the luggage with other luggage.
Right.
I'll take my dirty clothes and drape them over that piece of luggage. So if I was a guy breaking in, I'm not gonna want to get into somebody's dirty laundry. That kind of stuff.
Hey, you know what I do in a hotel? This will be weird.
Let me know. What?
I have it's a real small recorder thing, but I don't have it really hooked up to nothing.
Okay.
So I literally have it sitting out on the counter, so that they, look like they're on camera.
Brilliant.
Yep, that's what I do. I'm just kind of like that. Like, don't mess with my stuff.
Don't mess with Lonnie's whiskey.
Well, I don't mind if they want to take a swig. That's fine.
I told you the story how we went to this campsite for the 4th of July weekend, and the one of the camp staff was guiding us to our cabin, and he's like, "Ooh, that cabin's one of the newer ones. It's got a hot tub." And I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "I'll be coming over later." I'm like, "Okay, you just bring the 15-year-old single malt scotch or something."
Right.
He's like, "Ooh." I'm thinking, oh my God, what did I do? I'm gonna have some.
Yeah, you might have a knock, 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 knock. Hello, I'm here.
And I brought the scotch. I'm like, oh gosh, okay, kids, get out of the hot tub. Gotta let this guy in so I can get my whiskey.
Right. So tell us about what was the name of that campground? Was it Yogi Bear Campground or?
Yes, it's the Yogi Bear's Jellystone.
Yeah.
And they've got several in the country. This one was located in Lodi, California, in the California Delta. So it's like a little, I don't know. They're not rivers, are they? They're like waterways that are in broken chunks of land. I mean, inside land. And one way or another,
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, so that's, I don't know. I guess we'll call it some sort of river. I don't know, but it's kind of close. I would.
Hey, Rue.
Yeah.
Whatever you got a lot of background noise going on.
Okay.
Is that?
Might be.
There it is.
It might be where I'm at.
Yeah, I think so. That's all right. It's working.
I'm in a wind tunnel, so I'm just trying to get some shelter. Sorry about that.
Yeah, it sounds like Ruel might be on mute.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yeah, awesome. Much better. Yeah, there was a lot going on there for a moment.
I'm just walking past the Cobb's Comedy Club in San Francisco. Saw a sign.
Yeah.
comedian.
Well, now that I'm not doing chemotherapy every Friday, we need to get back on a schedule, and I need to start trying to get some friends online, don't I?
Yeah. Do you think?
Unfortunately,
what?
Do I think what?
I was just thinking, like, I wonder if any of the NSNG admin folks have any interesting service quality activities going on that maybe they can guest on.
Well, we got two new admins. I know one's going through a surgery recovery, and she owns a hair salon, and we might be able to get her on board, but she's in Australia. And then the other new admin is she's a sales rep or something. And then one of the admins just moved from your area to Seattle area to our other admin friend's office or area. And that one is an office person in a dental office. So, yeah. And then we've already had Mark on. So,
yeah, we learned
about. No, we learned all we need to know about Grogan's. That was enough.
Awesome.
Although I do know, actually, I should talk to a friend of ours. I bet she has some good stories. Friend of ours, Jackie Jones, she's a 911 operator supervisor person.
Ooh, yeah.
I bet she has some crazy stories.
Get her on and
most of my service people friends are busy. Like in the wintertime, whenever most of the service professionals are more on the slow side. I unfortunately just, had something thrown in my lap on December 11th at 6 p.m. that I just couldn't control. And that took every ounce of energy for the last 8 months. And now that I don't have chemo, though, we might have to fish off of a friendly pier to see, find some people in our common group and see if we can't come down with some people or come up with some people.
Yeah, I'm all for that. Fishing from the pond.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why not?
If the new admins, get on as well, it'd be a great way for me to know more about them because I don't really know much.
Actually, yeah, we can learn about a dental office. We can learn about a sales rep's life, a hair salon owners, and she suffered an arson fire on her building. So, yeah.
Oh, geez, I didn't do it.
No, that's a long flight just to go burn down somebody's building.
Oh, that's horrible. But that isn't the reason why she's hospitalized, is it?
No, she just has other health issues going on right now. But she's doing better now.
That's good. And then Jackie Jones. I mean, we've talked about Jackie Jones several times on the podcast, but we've not had her on.
Yeah, she's a great. Yeah, we haven't had her on as a guest, but she's a great friend of the show, and
yeah.
So, yeah, we should do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now that I'm not being pulled in another sad, depressing direction every day, I'll talk to these folks.
She could be like our Dr. X on Vinny's show, right?
Yeah.
Yep. Come up with one or two per episode, and you'll be like a regular or irregular appearance guest on the thing. And yeah.
Well, I'm sure Jackie listens. Whoa, that was loud. Jackie listens to the show, and she'll be messaging me whenever she hears this. So Jackie, let me know what your schedule is when you have a bit of time, and love to get you on. So.
And Jackie, thanks for listening to this mess of a podcast.
Yeah. Yeah, she's a great gal. I've met her 2 times in person. So, yep.
Yeah.
she sent some nice gifts to my mother a couple months ago when she was really sick. So,
and you guys met up at Trey's wedding, right?
First in Kansas City, and then Jackie surprised me at Trey's wedding. So, she also knows Trey and Amber, so it wasn't totally out of left field that she was there. But Trey's father-in-law was even at her house. Do what?
Don't let facts get in the way of a good story. Yeah, she came in there just to surprise you.
Yeah, I got to meet her husband, and good time.
Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
Well, I know when we started recording, we're thinking I was envisioning too, like just out of the blue, like, hey, I noticed that you are in this line of business. Can I talk to you for a second? I got a few questions for you. And bust out a recorder on the iPhone and get some random guy's story. I'm like, thanks. And here's a card for the podcast. Be sure to tune in a week or two. But that's not how it happens.
No. Well, you know what? I'm getting a text from my daughters. Looks like I have to go pick up kids from the pool, actually.
All right. Better to pick them up than drop them off.
All right. Mama dropped them off. I get to pick them up. So.
Okay. Well, you want to wrap up?
Nope.
Okay. So we're tying a ribbon on this episode, folks. Thanks for tuning in to the Service Guys podcast with Lonnie Beecham and Ruel Abadam. And remember to check out the back episodes for more interviews and things of that nature and tips on how to, clean up and deal with odors and stuff. But I'll catch you next time, Lonnie.
Sounds like a plan to me.
Sounds like
Until next time.
Yeah.
This is Lonnie Beecham wanting to tell you to get your life back to normal. That's a wrap.
They'll get your life back to normal. Lonnie with Restore It Restoration.
Awesome. Are we here?
Yep, we're here. Can you hear me okay?
Yep. Loud and clear.
We're on.
Good. Too bad everybody can't hear what was going on just a minute ago. Probably better, though. They don't really need to know how the sausage is made.
Sometimes you do. Sometimes how to make sausage is all you need to know.
I just grill it.
Or if it's fully cooked, you just got to heat it through, then screw it. You just eat it.
Right.
How you doing?
Want to chat a minute or go straight into it and just record our chat? I guess we're recording our chat either way.
Yeah, we are recording either way. Doesn't matter.
Let's kick it off.
All right. You want to go for it?
Nope.
No. Okay.
This has been another Coffee with Heavy Cream production.